Get ready for cargo shots from the Strait Times, presented by HACTL. Here's a weekly roundup of the latest air freight and logistics news.
Tashkent-based cargo carrier My Freighter has added a new type of freighter to its fleet of B767Fs. SATS and Vietnam Airlines have signed an MOU to develop an air cargo terminal at LTIA in Vietnam. And Qatar Airways Cargo has launched a new product for semiconductor shipments. Stay tuned with us as we discuss the top interesting stories of this week from the world of air cargo. I am Nikita Sebastian and you are watching Cargo Shots presented by HACTL. My Freighter adds Boeing 757-200F to expand cargo fleet. Tashkent-based cargo airline My Freighter has added a Boeing 757-200F to its fleet, acquired from Titan Aviation Holdings, a subsidiary of Atlas Air Worldwide Holdings. The 23.6-year-old aircraft was previously operated by American Airlines in passenger configuration before being converted to a freighter in December 2021. It was last operated by Amerijet International until being withdrawn from service in January 2024. The aircraft was ferried from Orlando Sanford International Airport to Tashkent International Airport between March 7 and 14, 2025, with stops in Bangor and Keflavik. This addition increases My Freighter's fleet to 7 freighters, complementing 6 Boeing 767-300Fs. The airline stated that the new aircraft will improve cargo transportation efficiency and support growing international freight demand. IAG Cargo reports strong growth in pharma shipments in 2024. IAG Cargo has reported a 22% increase in tonnage for its constant climate product in 2024, reflecting growing global demand for temperature-controlled air freight, particularly in the pharmaceutical and healthcare sectors. About half of these shipments originated from Ireland and India, which have seen strong growth in pharma exports. Ireland's medical and pharmaceutical exports rose by 48% to €8.9 billion in January 2024, while India's drug and pharma exports increased from $2.13 billion in 2023 to $2.31 billion in 2024. To meet rising demand, IAG Cargo has expanded its constant climate network to around 100 stations worldwide, including new hubs in Cincinnati, Cape Town, and Strasbourg. The premier facility at London Heathrow has also enhanced cold chain capacity, supporting IAG Cargo's ability to handle sensitive pharma shipments more efficiently. SATS and Vietnam Airlines to develop cargo terminal at LTIA. SATS and Vietnam Airlines have signed an MOU to develop and operate an air cargo terminal at Long Tan International Airport in Vietnam. LTIA, located 35 km from Ho Chi Minh City, is being constructed to ease congestion at Tan So Nhat International Airport. Phase 1 is expected to open in the second half of 2026, handling 1.2 million tons of cargo annually. The terminal will eventually handle 5 million tons of cargo by 2050. The MOU also covers co-developing air freight and logistics solutions, including trucking and middle-mile services. SATS CEO Kerry Mock said the partnership reflects strategic growth goals and strengthens Vietnam Airlines' cargo network. Vietnam Airlines operates a fleet of over 93 aircraft and serves more than 22 domestic and 30 international destinations. WestJet Cargo, Virgin Atlantic, signed block space agreement. WestJet Cargo has signed a block space agreement with Virgin Atlantic starting March 31st to manage cargo capacity from Toronto to London and beyond. The partnership will offer up to 20 tons of cargo capacity daily on Virgin Atlantic's wide-body flights from Toronto under a WestJet Cargo Air waybill. This marks Virgin Atlantic's return to the Canadian cargo market after over 2 decades. The agreement strengthens trade links between Canada and key destinations across Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. The deal is expected to enhance cargo connectivity and improve operational efficiency between Toronto Pearson and London Heathrow. WFS partners with Kuehne Nagel to reduce cargo clearance times at Frankfurt. Worldwide Flight Services, a SaaS company, has launched a pilot project with Kuehne Nagel to accelerate import cargo clearance at Frankfurt Airport. Developed by WFS's e-commerce and freight forwarder handling team and Kuehne Nagel Frankfurt, the project focuses on optimizing operations and warehouse capacity to cut waiting times and storage fees. A trucking control tower has been set up to schedule truck movements between the Frankfurt Cargo Services warehouse and the Kuehne Nagel Gateway warehouse, ensuring immediate processing of customer requests. The project allows WFS FCS to load import cargo onto their own trucks for direct delivery, improving efficiency. WFS is reviewing the implementation of similar e-commerce and freight forwarding solutions across its Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Asia locations, aiming to offer a more reliable and cost-effective service for freight forwarders. Qatar Airways Cargo launches TechLift to enhance semiconductor transport. Qatar Airways Cargo has introduced TechLift, a new product designed to enhance air cargo transportation for the semiconductor industry. TechLift addresses the specialized handling and logistics needs of semiconductor shipments, including integrated circuits, chipsets, microchips, and manufacturing equipment. The service offers advanced protection such as targeted shock absorption and specialized handling techniques based on commodity-specific guidelines. TechLift also provides higher loading priority, protection from adverse weather, and the use of approved data loggers for monitoring. Customers can enhance shipments with Qatar Airways Cargo's Air Plus solutions, including Q Climate for temperature control, Q Plus for higher priority, and Q Prime for continuous monitoring on capacity-constrained flights. Mark Drush, Chief Officer Cargo, Qatar Airways Cargo, said the airline has invested in high-tech equipment like shock-absorbing transport dollies in Doha, enabling a 90-minute minimum connection time and quick RAM transfers, ensuring the safe and efficient transport of semiconductor products. Thank you for joining us on this week's Cargo Shots. Stay updated by hitting the subscribe button on our YouTube channel and visiting www.stattimes.com for daily news updates. We will be back next week with a new episode of Cargo Shots featuring more interesting stories.
You've been watching Cargo Shots from the Strait Times, presented by HACTL. See you next week with more updates from the air cargo and logistics industry.